hello, hello. I know today is a little bit of a different video, but every once in a while, I want to, guys, I'm so out of breath. I'm sorry, hold on. Okay, so every once in a while, I want to give you guys videos that come straight from my heart. No outline, no editing, just me, you, and inspiration. And I know that a lot of us expected that after the election, there would be an air of lightness that was going to come in. And I do think that that did happen a small bit. I do, and I do feel it. And that's not based on who won. That's more so based on energy and momentum being built up to a point where we get a result and then we can let it go and let our attention go elsewhere, right? So I do think that that happened, but with everything else that's still going on, there is still heaviness. And heaviness has been building since February, since March. And I know that we are all reality benders. I know everyone here in the Bendy Bunch puts their mental health high on their priority list. So I know that we've all been working on making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. But at the end of the day, we can't control what's going on with the global consciousness. And the global consciousness will always affect us because we are a part of the global consciousness. So what I am saying is December and November may feel a bit heavy, especially if you're in a place that is going back into quarantine, lockdown, whatever you want to call it, or if you are just tired of the restrictions, if you are tired of not being able to live the way you were able to live a year ago. That can add a lot of heaviness to this equation. So I wanted to talk to you guys very, very quickly about what to do when you feel like giving up. Because with this energy comes a lot of change. And it's like, we've been going through change for 9 months now. How much more change can there be? And we have to humble ourselves, okay? It's 2021 and change has been happening, or it's 2020 and change has been happening since the beginning of time, consistently. We have been blessed with technology that allows us to keep up with current events and timelines. So when things shift, when things change, we are all alerted at the very same time, and we're all taken aback at the very same time. But just because we're all watching and we're all experiencing together does not necessarily mean that we're the first humans to go through evolution and change in real time. We are not. So the very first thing I want to talk about is removing the victim mentality from this experience. I know a lot of us have lost our jobs, a lot of us have lost family members and friends, and so much energy of change and loss and fear. And no one's telling you not to feel that. No one is telling you not to process that. Do what you need to do. But once you start to tell yourself that it's only happening to you and no one else is affected, that's when we get into dangerous, unrealistic territory. So we want to make sure that as we are feeding our mental health, as we are protecting ourselves, that we're also remembering the oneness of this experience. I'm going through something. You're going through something. My neighbor's going through something. My friend from 7 years ago is going through something. We are all going through something. And it is okay to feel your pain because your pain is not lessened by another person's pain. So take the time you need to process, but do not project that everyone else is not going through just as difficult of a time as you, okay? So that's the first thing that I want to talk about when we fall into this energy of just wanting to give up, wanting to let everything go, just so we don't have to deal with the emotions of it. A lot of us can start to sink into depression, start to become very lethargic. And I'm not going to tell you to not get depressed, because I can't. I get depressed. I have times where I need to turn off my phone, turn off my television, and sit with my emotions. I'm not telling you to not feel. But what I am saying is practice your awareness. Practice your awareness of if you're starting to feel like you're backing away from the things that make you passionate. If you feel like you're giving up on your dreams, remember that you are always entitled to feel the way you feel. But if you make choices to back away from the things that make you happiest, that was your choice. And now I want to quickly talk about the existence of seasons. The Wheel of Fortune, the tarot card. I'm not going to edit this video, so I cannot put a picture on the screen, but the Wheel of Fortune tarot card has kept coming up in my life, and it's just this constant reminder. I feel like spirit and my ancestors are constantly reminding me that manifestations and happiness are a point on our timeline. They are a point on the Wheel of Fortune, but there are other points on that Wheel of Fortune. And sometimes on our timelines, we have good, wonderful, amazing, ecstatic moments. And then on other points on our timeline, we have moments where we are depressed. We have moments where we are hopeless. We have moments where we feel like giving up. It is a part of the flow of life. So if you feel like giving up, please remember that it does not last forever. Pain does not last forever. COVID, unemployment, the grief that you feel from whatever you have lost, it will not last forever. And sit in your season. Allow yourself to process and feel your season. But once you are aware that it is only a season and that the sun comes back out, you are able to balance your perspective with reality, as opposed to seeing an endless tunnel of darkness, because there is not an endless tunnel of darkness unless we continue to perpetuate the darkness. And the very last thing that I want to talk about in this video is self-sabotage. A lot of us are feeling like giving up, and a lot of us have egos. I'm so sorry, I have to wipe my nose. Oh goodness. We turned the heat on in the apartment today, and like my sinuses are just, but a lot of us are feeling prone to wanting to abandon our projects, wanting to abandon things that we are passionate about and that we love, because all this high vibrational stuff does not align with where our hearts are. Our hearts and our minds are starting to become lower vibrational because we are giving into what the world is going through as opposed to what we are going through internally. And that's a part of being human. You are not doing anything wrong. But a lot of us are starting to feel this energy of just wanting to separate from the things that make us happy. And that is the spirit of giving up. And then there are other people who egos will never let them give up. Their egos will never let them rest. Their egos will never let them walk away from their passion, not because they're passionate about it, but because they don't want to be the person who quit. So if you are one of those people, if you are not taking time to feel your grief, if you are not taking time to process everything that's going on, to really feel the energy of what's happening so that you can feel it and move forward, there's a very big chance that you may be leaning into self-sabotage right now. And self-sabotage often comes out when we feel like we don't have options. So I would like for you to download the belief that my life is full of limitless possibilities. My life is full of limitless possibilities, and no one can take that away. No pandemic, no person, no situation. My life is full of limitless possibilities. Because when you realize that, and you download that understanding, then you give yourself permission to look at the choices that you're making and compare them to the belief. Do you really believe that your life is full of unlimited possibilities? Based on the choices that you're making, does that align with the belief that your life is full of limited possibilities, or are you making choices from a place of fear right now? If you start to make choices from a place of fear, when the energy on this planet right now is so heavy and so rooted in the unknown and fear, you fall further in to the worldly consciousness. And that is a choice. When you are aware of it, it is a choice. So Watch out for the self-sabotage. Be aware when your body is holding the vibration of fear. And wherever you are on your journey is okay. Now, if you choose that you want to be a reality bender, because what's being a reality bender? Being a reality bender is knowing where we are, understanding that the vibration that we're holding is going to be what we manifest. And if we don't feel good, we're manifesting things that align with how we feel right now. So if we choose to elevate our vibration, we are choosing to bend our reality so that we may experience things of a higher vibration. If you are starting to feel tired of the energy that you are holding and you are choosing to elevate, remember, we always have meditation. We always have scripting. We always have reading. Lean into knowledge. Lean into knowledge right now. This is the first time I'm going through this in my lifetime. This is the first time you're going through a global pandemic in your lifetime. But there are people who have been through global pandemics and much, much, much worse. And they've written books. There have been people who have been through things that we could never imagine, who have given us the tools to better understand how to heal and how to go forward through these things. So let me know if you'd like me to make a video on, I guess, books that you should read if you're about to go into lockdown, I guess. But if you would like to elevate your vibration, now is the time to lean into knowledge, okay? It's an interesting time where we can't really rely on our friends and our families to lift us up because it's a worldly vibration that's happening right now. So the way that we feel our friends and our families and the people that we can depend on to be positive, they might feel like giving up too. They might feel like throwing in the towel too. The solution is not going to come from outside of yourself. But if you choose to pursue knowledge that'll help you understand how to elevate your vibration, you will be better equipped to find the solution within. Okay, that's all I have for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Look how pregnant I am. Ooh, here we go. Oh, look at that belly. So I'm going to go and, drive around with my son and my husband and look at the atmosphere and stuff. Atmosphere? Environment. Yeah, we're just gonna drive around, pass some time, talk with each other, fellowship with each other. But do something that makes you feel really good today. I love you with all my heart, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.